Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Workers and Resources in the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture, Soviet Republic thereof. 261. And also welcome to a completely hopeless spiral of death, crime, and just about every bad thing that you can imagine, really, because this is I'll try my best and explain the situation, what's going on, and what I've attempted so far at getting out of it is running the game with a medium difficulty level for the citizen reaction here now for a while. It isn't working, it isn't helping, let me tell you. We take out the overlay tool and we bring out the citizens' living preferences and we look at the happiness. And here in Utopia, the people's happiness is so very, very, very low. Yes, it is extremely low. And we have an enormous crime rate. Every single building is like 12, 16, 18%, 16. You know, there is no place that is spared from this. And you'd think then that all my prisons up here on Prison Mountain, that they'd be filling up with prisoners. But they're not. They're actually, the prison population is actually going down. Why is that then? You see, that is because here in these towns of the capital and Utopia here, they have so much work to do on the police stations, and look at this police officer, for example. I saw one there with 61% criminality himself. Here, 61%. Alex, your happiness is 4%, your crime level is 61%, and you're working as a police officer. Yeah, this is going to be great. This is going to work out real well. It's not. And we can then, so the happiness is terrible, and basically every single person in this town has a productivity of 30%. It's completely bottomed out, and therefore all they do really in the spare time is wait in queue at the shopping center. So they try and get some food, but they have to wait so long in queue since all the sellers here also have a very terrible productivity of around 30% on average, say. 30% is, by the way, the lowest it can be. And that's more or less the average that we have. Oh, yeah, you got your food, and but when you're done that, they don't have time to do anything of the other things they want to, because they have to stand in queue for so very, very long due to the extremely poor productivity. And I have only really one solution to this then. Well, there are a few. But this is I think the most reasonable thing to do is to set the unsatisfied citizen reaction too small. Given some time then, their productivity ought to increase. Eventually, the police may actually be able to solve a few crimes. And we may actually get a few people over to court and into prisons, and thereby actually lowering the crime rate over time. But as it stands right now, that is not happening. Unfortunately, it's just not. And we should look at population statistics for this year. Yeah, here I was on easy for a while, and then it was going decently. I felt we were growing and we have a decent productivity and so on. And so I turned it back to reasonable or medium setting, and it went off a cliff again. I'm turning it too hard. Now we'll probably kill the Republic in a few months. Or something. So, this town is very badly off. The capital here is... actually, the happiness is slightly higher here. Yes. But the crime rate is just as high. They can't get any of their needs satisfied beyond, the most basic food need. They can usually get that fixed. But it takes all of their free time. And it takes so very long to visit the shop. It is full of sellers, but they don't work very quickly. No, they work incredibly slowly, in fact. We have all the goods, we have all the services, everything they need. It's just that we are in such a rough, tough spot. So this town is hopeless, that town is hopeless. This town is not hopeless though. This town is fantastic. This town is doing great. Look at this. 99% happiness, 96% happiness. This is doing great. And I think if you look here, for example, the cases that actually are in the courthouse, where do those people live? They live here. Yes. Because no other... Well, there is actually one from Bergsfolk that has managed to... The police has managed to finish an investigation. Yeah, but most of the cases actually ending up in the courts are from this town, where we don't really have a criminality problem. It's 1% in this building, 2% in this building, 1%. Pretty normal stuff. Police don't really have anything to do. They sit around, drink coffee, eating donuts or whatever they do. And Prison Mountain can't... I have a place for one more prison, but what's the point? Since we don't actually get any people in here to rehabilitate them. Your crime rate is 100% there, Nelia. 100%. And do you have we are actually having a rehabilitative effect on them. That's good. That's something. But no. We'll try running it on easy here over winter, and I think I'll have to run it on easy for a long time actually to recover from all this. And we can go over here and see how they're doing here. They're pretty damned awful off here too. But okay, happiness has already gone up. That seems to have a rather dramatic, quick effect when you change the difficult setting. It used to be like 40% happiness here too. But yes, these people are doing better for themselves. We can even do this just for the fun of it, activate cheat mode, and that will reveal the government loyalty. Which isn't that great. 30%, 40%, 21% here. In the large commune, it's just hopeless. And they have their own little police station for this large commune, and they stand no chance. Yes. Absolutely no chance. There was one police officer who had an average productivity of 75% and only a crime rate of 10%. Yeah, you might actually get to do some work here, but it's not going to help anything. We turn off the debugging mode again. That was just to get a slight insight into what especially the government loyalty is actually at. Where the government loyalty is actually at, and it's not good. It's not good. Then turn on the happiness overlay again. The happiness here is 25%. And the crime rate is 46%. 46% on average for one residential building. There was one person I saw with 100%. Yeah, 100% crime rate. For you. So, eventually, I suppose, if we get the productivity will now increase on easy rather quickly. I think it will get up there quickly, but it is something. It will get better. Put it that way. Citizens' happiness is too low. You know how many notifications of this type I've had. I mean, thousands and thousands. They just keep popping up all over the place. I think I turned off the notifications for crime level. Yeah, we can turn that on. Sure. Immediately got, I don't know how many hundreds. No, but basically every single residential building has too high a crime level at the moment. We turn that off again. Don't even want to be notified of it. There's no point. Happiness is too low. Where is this now? In Utopia, you see. It says that this is 262. I don't think it is. I think it is 261. Can actually confirm. Yeah, this is 261. That's wrong. Never mind. I said 261. So that's something. Yeah, these dwellings are doing. Yeah, they have actually gone through this pretty decently too. It is the capital and the utopia. Our, the jewels of our nation that are doing really badly. Down here in Svennemanna, things are actually great. Average productivity of 110%. Yes, I've tried moving people out of here and moving them into the capital and utopia, but it's so depressing to be there. So they lose it all in a very short time. Is what they do. At least we're making electronics down here and food. That's great. 18th of November, snow is about to fall. Citizens' happiness is too low. Yes. I quite honestly don't know what to do about it other than just wait now that we are on the easy mode. There's one more thing if you go into the cheat menu you could do, but I don't want to do that quite yet. Not system functions, general debug cheat functions. And that would be to reset. We could reset the citizens' government loyalty and the citizens' crime level. Increase crime level. No, thank you. But reset citizens' crime level, that will probably take care of like everything. And also resetting the citizens' government loyalty. Yes, but it shouldn't be necessary. We have everything they want. Everything they want. It's just that everything is running on sort of low. Steel mill, 180 workers, but the production percentage is like 10, 15. Here too, yeah. Fabric factory, full of workers, production percentage 50. And there the snow comes. Clothing, we're barely managing to scrape by with the clothing actually. Then there the game crashed. No, wouldn't you know it? Should I restart it? Or should I say thank you so very much for watching? We restart it. See where we got the last autosave in. I haven't really done anything except changing the difficulty setting. And the last autosave is 3 minutes old, so it's not too bad. At least the coffee is good. The coffee is really good actually. Fantastic. Yes. So that's what we can do. In there, we can fiddle around with those general cheat / debugging functions. But we'll skip for now. In the cards for future is also reorganizing the water for Utopia slightly, but as it stands with, and we're still on easy, good. As it stands with the happiness as it is, get the overlay back with the happiness. I mean, I don't know if I dare mess with the water right now, or since we are completely screwed in either case, this may be an excellent opportunity to mess with the water. I don't know. Let's see how they're doing here. Yeah, great, they have finished a few pipes from these water towers here, where we have a quality of the water of 94 and 93%. Not bad. Automatically pumped out of the ground and getting into this water treatment plant. Should I really start messing with this? I could try. I could try. Though I barely even know how this all fits together. I do have technical services right around here, which should be ready to distribute water via trucks in case we run out. Okay, well, we might as well. So the idea is to take these pumps that require labor offline and not use them, because they don't make any sense to use whatsoever in my opinion. Anyway, tear it down even. Sure, tear it down. Maybe I should have checked that this is actually getting water. It is getting water. Very good. And then comes the funny challenges here of we need to bring water from the new water towers out there to this treatment plant as well. Not sure that we actually need 2 treatment plants, but we shouldn't be needing 2 treatment plants, but we're keeping them. Yeah. I think that we can... What are all these pipes? Yes, right, it's from this water well up here, and also it was from... This pipe is completely superfluous. There, and now we have 2 free inputs on this water treatment as well. I do this a little bit gradually, a little bit at a time maybe. I want you to go there, very good. Take him out as far as there, and then we turn off the snapping thing, and that might just allow us to hook it up onto there. Very good. Assign constructions. Yeah, and eventually I'll tear this water tower down as well, and this water well, and replace this water tower with 1 or 2 of these. So we'll pump it from the water treatment plants up to there, and then it will get distributed out to town, I'd imagine. I see happiness is increasing now that we're on easy. Yeah, but the crime rate is no good, and the productivity is still stuck at 30% for most of the population. Yeah, it's going to take a little while. Too many criminals. I changed that back, yes, but that was then maybe not quite committed. There is just noise at this point. Hopefully, eventually, we'll get to a point where the police actually manages to take care of a few of these here criminals and get them over to the judicial system to be judged, and so on further in that fashion. We have other problems too, and if you look at the universities here where these people are supposed to get their education, 4 party officials in the Ministry of Culture 300 something students waiting for professors, 400 something students waiting for professors in the technical university with 11 professors. So that's also something that is a bit worrying, that we might actually run out of educated people out here in these towns. So far we still have a reasonable amount with a degree, but what does it help when the productivity is what it is? Yeah, not much. I'm not worried about food though so much, because they can store export food, and this one is running pretty reasonably. And the food store, see here there's a warehouse here that is full of food, which is great. Now we have this. Yeah, this all seems to be working, I think. And you think that you can stand around here and wait until you are unloaded? Nope, that's not allowed, you see. You just have to be going back and forwards between the farming area and here. Thing is, we have a little bit, just a slight overproduction of crops. Not that that's a problem, that's fantastic. Even that we have domestic production and consumption last year, say, and crops, we did 62,000 tons, and consumption of resources in the industry of crops was 34,000. That's very low. It used to be like 50-something thousand. Yeah, many things used to be different around here before I turned the gas and water mechanics on. But water is more or less okay-ish, I believe. You can even check this on. There's an overlay that will help you figure this out. You see, they all have. Most of them anyway are good for water. This place does not have any water to drink. But that's okay. Isn't it a bit strange, really, that the prefab panels factory doesn't require water as an industrial water, that is, for making the prefab panels, since they take the resources that they make the prefab panels out of is gravel and cement. Makes sense. But if you just mix gravel and cement together without adding water to it, not a whole lot is going to happen. I suppose you can sit around and wait for the humidity to do its thing on it or something, but I don't think that's going to work out really good. The prefab panels factory should maybe require industrial processing water too. May well be. One more thing that I'd like to cover here is the population in the towns. Utopia has now a population of 14,500 people. And at this rate, we're easily keeping up with water production for them. Fantastic. But I don't know what's going to happen when it grows back to its former glory, if it ever does. People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture proper actually has a population now of 12,222. A reasonable happiness and an average productivity of 80%. Can we even get the we can even get the productivity number for Utopia now? It's going up here on easy. What I get as a bonus, which I'd rather not have as a bonus here on easy, is also a population growth or an explosion in population that is a bit more than I mean, we could get by on hard citizen reaction population growth. I think that would grow back eventually, but with the productivity spiral as it is not going to happen. The happiness is too low in this building. But it's 50%. It's a lot better than it's been in a very long time, I can tell you. I still can't get their demands satisfied very much, but we don't have a queue at the shop. Fantastic. Oh, now they're actually managing maybe to do other things in their free time rather than just go to the shopping center and wait in line to get food. Still have a little bit of a line. Yes, but it's 200 people, not 1,500 people in line. It sort of manages. And no wonder, look at productivity. I saw one there with 109%. And the bottom there of 30%, yeah, we still have a few of those, but those are getting to be the exception rather than the rule. But still, even if I wait this out a little bit now until we have productivity up to a reasonable level, and then turn it to reasonable and or hard, it's just going to drop off a cliff again until we've gotten the crime under control. And that may not happen soon. It might be a while before that happens. Yes. Should we start messing about with trying to reorganize the water for Utopia? It is quite a mess here, but the important bits are that we have water supply to this place, and there is a pipe going from there to the water loading station here, and we have a technical services which is set to get their water from there. So we should be fine turning off water to the town. So if we just do this for a little bit, turn off the valve in the water tower, and in not too long a time, I'd imagine that these vehicles, yes, there you go. Where are you going? Utopia Water Substation. So even without water, we might actually be fine. Not without water, but without the proper water infrastructure, we might be able to get by with these trucks. Hopefully they're enough to not kill off the population completely. Okay, reorganizing water for Utopia then. Yeah, but you've gone on for 28 minutes here now. So it's about to be Jul. Merry Jul, God Jul, Merry Christmas. Thank you so very much for watching. I will reorganize the water for Utopia next time. That's going to be exciting. We'll open up the valve first so they can fill up. Yes, good night.